If you look at the Earth from space, you will see a blue planet, and 71% of the surface of this planet is covered by water. Unfortunately, not all regions of the world have enough water for drinking or use in agriculture. Hello everyone. Do you think it is difficult to live in the desert? With scorching sun, sparse vegetation, and terrible sandstorms, the desert is not a suitable place to live. Fortunately, humans are trying to change this situation as much as possible and bring water for daily use in the driest areas of the world. To achieve this goal, sometimes a lot of effort and huge investments are required, and bold engineering concepts must be used. This is the Global Fields channel, and today we are going to introduce such a huge plan. Khachi Canal project. The water shortage problem in the northern Pakistani province of Kathmandu is very serious, which also means that the population density in that area is very low, and economic development is of course relatively slow. For example, despite the discovery of a large amount of natural gas in the region of Dare Bhakti, this area is considered the least developed in Pakistan. The soil in this area is very poor, and there is no way to harvest a lot. In most places, it is impossible to grow any plants. Without water, there is no development. In 2002, the Pakistani authorities decided to change this situation and began planning a grand construction project. The maximum flow rate of the canal is 6,000 CFS, which is 600,000 cubic meters per hour. In just 60 minutes, the water flowing through this canal is enough to fill 272 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Of course, the dream of the locals is not a swimming pool, but a desire for water. Instead of relying on the rains that come once in 99 times, in a few years, the northern part of the province of Bilal will be covered with green fields and the sound of clear streams can be heard. The project was originally planned to be realized in 2008, which was a long time ago. However, the construction was soon forced to stop. The reason was the usual one: lack of funds, and some even called for the project to be cancelled. Imagine how happy you would be if someone handed you a glass of cold water on a hot day, but then took it back immediately. Fortunately, the Khachi Canal was not cancelled. More than 20 years later, it is clear that the canal will soon be completed and the official opening is not far away. This large-scale green revolution began under the scorching sun in northern Pakistan. When the construction of the canal is officially completed, it will be able to irrigate 713,000 acres of barren areas, or part of the land that can be cultivated. Since 2017, the canal has played its role, supplying water to the southern part of the province of Punjab and the northern part of the province of Bairu. However, construction of other parts of the canal is still underway. The characteristics of the canal. Where can we get water for the suffering people? This is not a big problem at all, because the mighty Indus River flows not far away, 150 kilometers away. The source of the Khachi Canal is the most important dam on the Indus River, the Tassa Dam. Until recently, this dam controlled 3 working canals. The Khachi Canal was built on the right bank of the Indus River, making it the 4th in this huge network of waterways. The first section of the canal was opened in 2017, but the construction of other sections is still in progress. The project is being carried out by the Water Resources and Energy Development Company WAPDA, which specializes in building water conservancy facilities such as dams and canals. The construction of the Khachi Canal project is divided into 3 phases. The first phase is the construction of the main channel, which is 399 kilometers long. The main part of this waterway is 303 kilometers long and is located in the province of Hunpu, and it has already started to provide water to local farmers, which is great. Another 94 kilometers of the section passes through the province of Bailu and continues to the Dare Bhakti area. But turning the desert into a garden will require more than just the main canal. The main canal branches off into 105 kilometers of feeder canals, which are used for irrigation, but that's just a small part. Because the entire network of auxiliary canals is 1,500 kilometers long, The rice network is so large that a lot of construction work needs to be done, which will be carried out in the second and third phases of the project. The main channel will be extended by about 100 kilometers, and the surrounding area will have about 1,400 kilometers of new distribution pipes, which will supply water to areas such as Paranishlabad and Gulmarges. Locals are looking forward to the plan, dreaming of a green revolution, and if they can grow more sorghum, wheat, beans, and oil crops, they will soon be able to get rid of poverty. So the canal brings not only water, but also money. According to estimates, the project is expected to generate annual revenue of 19.7 billion rupees, about 71 million US dollars. Considering that the total construction cost is $290 million, the canal project will probably pay for itself in 4 years. That's a pretty good result, isn't it? The Khachi Canal will be Pakistan's largest irrigation canal when it is completed, a truly large project for the country, where 2 million people will actually feel how much their lives have improved and know how happy the world is to have unlimited access to water. The canal route was chosen so that water can flow naturally around the town of Sui in the province of Bulu. Another feature of this project is that it does not require pumping stations or laying a lot of pipes. Nevertheless, building a 50-kilometer-long irrigation canal is still a difficult engineering challenge, especially considering that this is a dry desert area with no roads or other infrastructure. If you have the opportunity to sit in the cab of a night shadow machine under the scorching sun, you will understand how hard the construction workers work. The first stage is to prepare the land, remove the surface soil with an excavator, and dig rice for the canal to be built next, load the soil onto self-propelled trucks, and transport it away from the canal under construction. That is to say, when building a waterway, temporary roads need to be laid so that heavy machinery can pass smoothly. Part of it will become a permanent road for canal management, crop transportation, and various other purposes. In this way, the Khachi Canal is not only a means of water supply, but also an important infrastructure development plan for regional development. The bottom of the river is trapezoidal and the slope is quite gentle, which is related to the soil characteristics of the area. If the land is bedrock, a channel with a right-angle cross-section can be laid, but on the land where the Khachi Canal is built, it is better to form a slope on the side because the embankment may collapse. In addition, the inclined parts must be reinforced to prevent accidents. As mentioned above, the total length of the main channel is 399 kilometers. The first phase of the project reinforced 351 kilometers of it. The Khachi Canal passes through an arid area where it rarely rains, which means that all the water that flows through this land is absorbed by the ground. In order to prevent the precious water from seeping into the soil, the bottom and slopes must be thoroughly leveled and compacted, and then covered with waterproof materials and poured with concrete. In this way, all water can be transported to its destination and distributed to fields and other uses. The current situation is that not a drop of water can be wasted. Of course, evaporation is inevitable. However, the channel is not the only condition for the Khachi Canal to function. For example, a bridge dedicated to vehicles and trains can be built on the canal so that cars and people can pass there. In addition, branching canals and pipeline canals are set up along the main canal so that water can be taken and distributed to surrounding areas. Most of the distribution network is small-scale, but to cope with uneven terrain, some areas use 56-foot diameter pipes, which is about 142 centimeters, to draw water from the main canal. To regulate the flow of water, regulating valves with water valves are installed along the entire canal, so that water can be continuously supplied to consumers. In addition, an automatic control system for water distribution has been developed, which can make the distribution ratio between fields fair and sensitive. Not only that, the entire project also includes infrastructure such as drainage facilities, diversion projects, and drainage systems. These structures are all made of concrete and steel, which not only takes a lot of time, but also requires high-quality work by workers. Various structures have been built on the main channel of the Khachi Canal, with a total of more than 900, and this number is expected to continue to increase as the second and third phases continue to be built. Although everything seems to be progressing smoothly, in 2022, the project is once again in crisis. Parts of the canal were damaged by floods, and some areas had to be renovated, which cost an additional $30 million. But most importantly, this damage has once again delayed the launch of the first phase of the expansion project of the plan. In this way, the water cups of the victims have been snatched away again. However, This project is still ongoing, and we sincerely hope that it can be completed as soon as possible. The above video today ends here. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to secretly like and share it on social networking sites with your relatives and friends. Because of your support and encouragement, we have the motivation to continue to make new videos. In addition, special thanks to those viewers who use the super thank you function. Your actions have been a great help to our channel during this difficult period. Then it's time to say goodbye for the time being, but we will be back with a new video soon. Look forward to the next video together. Bye.